Good evening once again, everybody. Thank you so much for taking time out this evening to join in the session. This is our first collab session for BMNG 6222W. So this is Business Management 2B. Before I commence, just quickly give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I see I am getting a low bar, which is strange because it was just 100% fine in my first collab. So if at some point it does go a little bit wobbly, please. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you. Great. So if at some time it just let me know and then I can reassess. But again, thank you guys for taking time out to join us. I know that there's lots on your plate schedule, so it's always nice to just have you know just to be able to meet up and just have a quick little chat. So I thought that tonight's session is our very first collab, so we haven't really met each other yet and all that. So we're going to use this session, just a quick session, just an introduction to who I am, an introduction to what this module is about. And then obviously we have those two sessions next week. So we've got sessions on Monday and on Wednesday in which we will unpack the assignment in more detail. So I'm not going to touch too much on the assignment and any content in the session. This is literally just going to be an introduction session and sort of an orientation around the module itself. Okay, so for many of you, I see a lot of familiar names in this group, and it's always so lovely for me to have what I refer to as the returning students in my class. It's so lovely to see all the names that I recognize, and for all of those who are brand new in my classes or who have never had me before in the past as an OT, I will just introduce myself to you guys as well. So you'll see on the next slide is a picture of me when it pops up on your screen and just a little bit of information about who I am and all that. Okay, so you would have seen on your sheet as the OT, the online tutor, my name is Kim van Rooyen. I have been tutoring for Varsity College for many, many years. So I've been full-time on the campus in Port Elizabeth. So I'm at the Nelson Mandela Bay Contact Campus. I've been there for 15 years now. And this is my 5th year online. So I've been with the online campus since it started. And I must say, it's wonderful to see how the campus has grown and how there are just so many more groups and all that. So there's my name on the screen. You'll see my name. You'll also see my email address that you can also jot that down. K van Rooyen at Varsity College. So that's my direct email address. Those obviously come directly to me as well, but you are also more than welcome to use the VC messaging system, also comes directly to me. So you can go into your Learn platform and just pop me an email. Okay. So I will get to those questions on the side as well. So I'm going to just park them for a little bit and then I'll speak about those assignments as we're coming back there. Okay. So yes, for those of you who don't know me, you can see that I live in Port Elizabeth, so the friendly city or the windy city, as some people like to call it. I've got 3 small little boys that you can see there on your screen as well. They do keep me busy and out of trouble. So if every now and again you do hear a little squeak or a squawk coming from the background, then you know it's just one of them. They generally are quite good. They don't disturb me too much when I am working because they are fast asleep. But every now and again, you might hear a little peep or a squeak, and then I do apologize for that. But yes, so this module, ladies and gents, I see you have been thinking about the assignment, and I don't want to panic you guys yet, but Nate, our case study that I've downloaded from the student materials portal is on Capitec, and a guy called Harry, I'm trying to think of the surname now, Harry Faree. So that's what I have prepared. So Luvuyo Rani, I think he was what we studied last year. I think if I remember correctly, that was our last year's assignment, but we are definitely working on, I will go and share it with you, but I've downloaded it directly from the portal in the 2023 folder, and the one that I have is on there's a Gaston, you've also got Capitec Bank, and it is Harry Faree, yes. So Nate, it seems like you do have an outdated assignment. Perhaps it was from last year. I think that one does ring a bell from last year. But the one that we are working with now for this first assignment is Harry Fourie, and it's on Capitec Bank. And then if we look at the assignment 2, so the next assignment 2, if I can just go and share, so we'll be looking at that one, is then Luvuyo Rani with Silulo Technologies. Silulo is like his business. So Luvuyo Rani is going to come in the next questions. But for the first assignment that we look at, assignment 1, we're specifically going to be focusing on Harry and Capitec Bank. And then assignment 2, we're going to look at Sililo Technologies, which is the organization that we'll unpack, but that's only October's worries. But we will unpack the assignment, guys. I've got very nice guides for you guys that I will share with you and unpack. We've got enough time next week to still go through it, so we do have a lot of sessions next week as well, and I will share those with you as we go along. So at this stage in the module, ladies and gentlemen, you should have a textbook by now. You should have downloaded all the documents that you need. So we are way into the 4th week of semester. So we're in our 4th week of semester already. So at this stage, you should have at least sourced a book or made a plan to get a book, a textbook that you've got. If you bought one secondhand, that's perfect. So you can either get the first edition or the second. So that's a 2 there, second edition. So you'll see the picture on the screen here with this sort of spiral and these beautiful colors. This is the second edition. So this is the book that would have been recommended by Wise Books. This is the book that you would have received if you ordered through Wise Book. You can buy it secondhand as well. And a lot of the students will have the first edition. So the first edition, if you have it, is a green textbook. And it's got some bright some puzzle pieces as well, then that's okay. If you've got the PDF, if you've got the ebook, then that's also perfect. That's a beautiful source as well to use it. So if you've got the ebook, I don't have an ebook, so maybe I must try and get my hands on that little PDF that's floating around. But yes, the book is a nice book. So I promise, ladies and gents, if you've got the book, it's a book that you can really keep. It's one of those textbooks that you can refer back to time and time again. There's a lot of information. It's very well written. You know, sometimes we do, if we have to be honest, some of the textbooks that we do have are a little bit higgledy-piggledy and stuff, but this one is really not like that. This one is really a well-written textbook. It's got 2 authors. It's got Botha and Verber. So if you have a look at the surname there, it's not a spelling error. That is really the surname of Mari Verber. So there's no vowel that's supposed to come in there. So we often get that confused. So yes, Botha, Tertia Botha, and Mari Verber wrote the book. And like I say, it really is a nice textbook. It's easy to use. It really is. It's got a nice interface. It's nice to use. It's a good textbook. And if you have the first edition, that is okay. So please don't panic if your book doesn't look like this on the screen. If your book is green with pink and blue puzzle pieces and it's the first edition, you are going to be just fine, okay? And if you've got the PDF book, again, you're going to be, let's give it a tick there, you're going to be just fine as well for that book, okay? The only thing that I want to make you aware of at this stage is that the chapters all jump around. So they're not chronological, not the chapters in the textbook. This is the chapters that we work with. So the learning units are not chronological. We will jump around a lot. So for example, we actually start with, say, chapter 5 in the textbook. Then we move on to chapter 19 and chapter 20. Then we come back to chapter 2. Then we move on to chapter 15. So our learning units jump around the textbook quite a bit. So I always tell the students, follow the learning unit. So follow learning unit 1 and then find the corresponding chapter and then mark it off. There's a lot of chapters in our textbook that are not going to be examined. They're not going to be tested on. So you will find in the textbook, you are skipping quite a few chapters as well. So we, for example, we don't look at chapter 1. We look at chapter 2 when we start, and chapter 3. Some of the other chapters we also just completely skip as well. So please don't get a fright or start panicking when you see that. It is quite normal that we use it. Yeah, so you can just use the 2 editors that are on the cover there. Would be perfectly acceptable for the reference. So you'll see some of the chapters are actually written by individual authors, but if you guys just say Botha and Verba, then that would be 100% acceptable in your referencing. So again, just to reiterate, just to conclude this point, guys, over here, don't panic when you see that there are chapters that are left out and chapters that are skipped around. It is a little bit of a jump in through the textbook. So all I tell the students is just follow the learning outcomes, follow the module guide, because it gives you a good indication of what is where. You will also find it indicated on our semester planner. So I'll speak about that a little bit as well. Remember, referencing, just to mention that point again, guys, I know that we sound like stuck records sometimes as your OTs and as the plagiarism, but referencing is absolutely critical, okay? We have to make sure that we are referencing properly, okay? Those of you who were with me in previous groups, I'm quite strict with referencing. I do expect the second year students to be able to reference correctly and to not submit something that is not referenced at all. That is almost unacceptable at a second year and third year level. Okay, so if it was a first year, I might be a little bit more, have a little bit more grace, but second years, guys, please make sure you are referencing correctly. Remember that there are lots of courses, writing centers, and all sorts of wonderful help out there for you, so there really is no reason for you to not reference correctly. We're going to speak about the ICE tasks as well, Nate. So if you just hold it, it's coming. So on the screen that you can see here, this is kind of just like 3 easy steps. So how to be successful here in 1, 2, 3 easy little steps, okay? The first thing, guys, again, I'm sure you have already done this because we're already into week 4, but make sure you have downloaded all the documents that you need for this module, okay? So remember, make sure that you have seen the semester planner. Make sure that you have made notes of the dates of the semester planner. We'll speak about those dates as well. So make sure you've had a look at the semester planner. Make sure you kind of have an idea of what is happening every week as well. Make sure that you are aware that you have the module manual, so the MM, the module manual, and make sure that you have downloaded the assignments, okay? So that there are no chances that you've got the wrong assignment or you don't know where to find the assignments. Just go and make sure you are orientated with where the documents are and that you've downloaded them and that you've got them saved as well. Remember, guys, just a side note on the semester plan. Remember, I set it up as if the world was perfect. So in a perfect world, if we had to follow the semester planner, it would be week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. But I do know, ladies and gents, that sometimes life happens, and here and there you're going to skip a week, you're going to skip something. Sometimes you are busy at work, you've got deadlines, family commitments. I know that, okay? So please don't ever feel overwhelmed or unnecessary pressure to stick to the planner. The plan is there. I put it together to give you work, wife, son. You see, Neo, we understand this. I do understand. So the plan is there, as I say, like if the world was perfect, that's what you would stick to. And if you stuck to that and you did everything on the planner, you would be fine for the module. But we do know that it does sometimes not always go according to plan. So at some point in the semester, just refer back to it and just check that you're not too far behind. But if you've skipped here and you've skipped there, please don't panic. Come back, do it the next week, catch it up next week. If you've got a week off, so maybe you're not working at week and your wife or your husband has gone away and you've got the house all to yourself and it is not on fire, yeah, it's on. So then you can come back and maybe complete 3 weeks in 1 week, okay? So I always say it's a working document, okay? So I didn't do it to make you guys all panic and start hyperventilating. We always just put the semester planners together just to give you an indication of where you should be. But like I say, it is a work in progress. If you've skipped something, please don't panic, okay? That then moves us on to the next thing, assignments and tasks. So here you need to listen carefully because here, guys, you can't skip an assignment, okay? So assignments are due when they are due. I don't set the dates. I can't fight your battle for you. So you have to keep the assignment dates set by national office. Those are the assignment dates and the assignment deadlines, okay? So unfortunately, then wife, children, job, house is on fire, whatever is going to have to take a back seat when you're submitting your assignment. So those are critical. Those are so important. I can't do anything about those dates. I can't move them. I can't move them for any students. They are set by national office, and really, those are the dates that are the dates. So those are for your official assignment dates and your take-home exam. ICE activities, however, so Nate, you were asking about the ICE. Obviously, there are 4 ICE activities. They've all been set, so they're all available to the students at this stage. They are all on the semester planner according to the learning units in which we are working. So you'll see they are structured in a specific way to reiterate what you would have done in a specific week. But again, if for some reason you have missed one, don't not do it. Go and catch it up at a later stage. There is going to be a due date for all the ICE activities. We haven't received it from the national office yet, but it is usually around the 23rd or the 26th of October. So somewhere towards the end of October. Let me just quickly check this calendar, which would be the last sort of Friday. So maybe even, yeah, so anywhere between the 20th and the 27th of October, we will receive a date from the national office. But it would be, I will communicate the dates with you in due course. But yeah, you will have up until October to go and complete all the ICE activities. So if you've missed one, please don't panic. Like I say, there is time to go and catch them up as well. So you would have seen, for example, there is an ICE task that is according to the planner for this week. So we have our first ICE task that's due this week. If you know this week is manic and you're not going to get to it, leave it for last week. Some students already completed that ICE task within the first week. So it's just there as a guideline. But just remember that by the end of the semester, by the end of October, around about the 20th, 23rd, somewhere around there, those ICE marks will have to be in as well. And yes, definitely, Gaston. So there is a YouTube channel where I will upload all our live collab sessions too, and there are a few other videos that I have created with content that I will be going to upload as well. So I haven't uploaded them yet. I just wanted to first introduce myself and all that, but there are videos that are available. Remember, the links to that channel are also posted, so they are in the more resources folder. So if you just look at more resources, there's links to both the collab sessions as well as to get into the live collab and then to access it on YouTube. And then there's also a poster that you can save on your phone with a little picture on it, and you can just click on that picture and it will again take you directly to the YouTube channel. So at the moment, I think the channel is empty. This will be the first video that will be connected up to that. But as soon as I have met you and introduced myself, I will be uploading quite a few videos and content classes or content sessions into that channel, as well as all these collabs will also be linked up to that as well. Okay. So on that note, if for some reason you can't attend a collab or there's a clash, we know that there are clashes as well, just make sure that you are going to be listening to the recording. So try and attend, because sometimes it's nice if you've got a question to actually, ask that question in a live space. But if you can't, then please just make sure that you have attended or listened to the collab. And just remember that even if you have listened to the collab and you weren't necessarily in the class, nothing is stopping you from sending me an email, me asking me those questions, okay? So I always tell the students and those who've been with me in the past know that my virtual door is always open. You can send me an email. I try as quick as possible to respond, to help as much as I can. If it's something that I can't do, I will always sort of send that email on to someone who I think can assist you. But please don't think that you've now missed the class and now you've listened to the collab and you're a little bit stuck or you're struggling with something. Send me an email. Let me help you. Let's figure it out. If it's a general problem in the class, let me know. Then we can have another collab session online and we can sort of unpack it in more detail, So I always say this is a working relationship. We want to be able to help each other out here. So if you've got a question, let me know. we can always set up something else and we can try. Remember, I want you guys to be successful as much as you want to be successful. I also would like you guys to be successful. Okay, so it makes me happy when my students actually do well and you know, they really take a lot away. So it's not just about the result, but it's also about understanding the content and actually feeling like you've learned something. So if you're not understanding something, please do let me know. Send me an email. I will always try and help as far as possible. So just to recap here, videos are available there. Thank you, Gaston. You've also put the link up there. You'll see on that YouTube link there are different channels. There's for all the different business management modules. So you can just go and look for the one that says 6222, and then I will be uploading videos. I'll also make announcements. So you will see I do try and check in with you guys at least once a week, and then at the end of the week just to sort of remind you of what's coming up and where you should be at. So yeah, so just keep looking at those announcements, that they do also get emailed to you. So just keep me up to date if there's something that is missing or that you are not sure of. So remember that we do have sessions coming up next week. So we've got 2 sessions that are coming up next week. One is a collab, and then the other one is an NSS, if I remember correctly. So we'll also be just unpacking assignment 1 in more detail. So this weekend, guys, when you get a chance after you've watched the Springboks play rugby sometime, then go and download the correct assignments and just start having a read through them, so that next week you know what is potting and what is actually happening in the assignment as well. So a lot of information, a lot of admin. Just quickly give me a thumbs up or type up a question if you've got sort of an administrative or a question regards with, you know, with regards to what we have spoken about now. So if you've got a question, you can type it. Otherwise, just give me a little thumbs up. Then I know I can move on to the next section of work. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we'll just go to the next one. Perfect. Thank you, dear Vault. I'll just wait for this next slide to go. We're nearly done. We're nearly at another questions part. So you would have noticed, guys, and I'm sure you have diarized these dates. I also did put them on your calendar for you, so I hope you did have access to them on VC Learn. So I did go and put on some dates on the calendar. Also, just to remember that the collab dates can change a little bit, so sometimes they might change, but as far as possible, we're going to try and stick to them. But obviously, like I said, if we need an extra session here or there really is a major clash or something like that, then we'll change. But as far as possible, this is what we're going to stick to. Your assignment dates are also loaded up there. Remember, they are on the PAS document, so you do have your PAS document where you will find the assignments date. But again, they shouldn't change, but sometimes they will. We might receive a revised PAS document, but at this stage, I'm pretty sure that the dates will stay the dates as well. So just a few things to notice. We have assignment 1 and assignment 2. 12th of September, which is around the corner. If we think about that, it's next week is going to be September. And then we have a long break before our next assignment is due. So then we submitting assignment 2 sort of towards the end of the semester, right at the end of our actual semester, we submit assignment 2. So we've got a lot of time to prepare for assignment 2, but then we go straight into preparation for the exam. So straight after the 2nd of November, your exam timetable will start, and you'll see there will be quite a few exams then coming up in November. Exam this year is still a take-home exam, so we're still looking at the same structure for take-home exams. Now, I know some students will say, yippee, yay, it's still take-home. Other students prefer a written on-campus exam. So whatever's your poison, doesn't matter. It is going to be a take-home exam. So the same structure that what we are used to, uploaded on student materials at midnight, needing to be submitted on that day then at 9 o'clock or before 9 p.m. So on the 23rd, it will be a take-home exam for this module. Okay. And then you'll see there, I've listed some of the collab date, so you can just take note of the actual dates, but don't stress too much about them because, like I say, they are on the semester planner and they are also on your VC Learn calendar. So just to take note of those dates and times. I didn't put the times up on the screen here, but you do also have those times available to you. So we're going to try as far as possible to stick to those collab dates. I do find it's just easier to plan, but like I said, if at all it needs to change or we need to add one here or there, I will communicate it. We use the same link. So this link that you connected tonight, you're going to use for all of these sessions, okay? So one link to join all the sessions. Again, that link is pasted in the more resources folder. It's pasted in that poster that I was telling you about. You can just go and click the picture. So there's enough access on how to actually get the link. And as always, I will always go and send you reminders within that week to say, guys, this is the session, and this is now how, remember, this is the session on this date, and here's the link on how you can access it. Soon as the session is done, I will make the recording available. So it usually takes about 45 minutes for the collab to sort of convert to a downloadable MP4 file, which I can then upload onto YouTube. So it's not instantaneous, but I will always try and do it as quickly as possible so that you've got access to that recording as well. Okay, guys, I think that was all from my side. If I remember correctly, the very last slide is just a questions. So let's just double check. So yeah, so guys, I'm looking forward to, from my side, I'm looking forward to working with you. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys develop. I know I had a lot of you last semester as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing how much you've grown from then, and hopefully next year I'll see a few of your names as well when I take you guys for Business Management 3A and 3B. But let's not get ahead of ourselves too much. Let's focus on Business Management 2B. And let's just keep focused. I know that the end of the year we always say is like a steamroller ahead, and we do feel that, so let's just try and keep focused, and I will always try and motivate you as far as possible. But at the end of the day, the ball is really in your courts. You do your bit, you work hard, you will reap the rewards. Okay, so I will do whatever I can do from my side, but at the end of the day, it's you who has to write the exams and submit the assignments. I can help you, I can guide you, I can show you the way, but it's all up to you at the end of the day. So it was really lovely seeing all the names on the screen. If anyone is listening to the recording and they have a question, please do send me an email with the question. If not, everyone, I will wish you all a wonderful evening. If you need to ask me a question, you're welcome to still stay on the line and ask a question. If not, we will catch up again on Monday when we will go straight into assignment preparation, and then just keep your eye open then for that video recording that will be made of this, and then as well as any other content that I will be uploading as well. Okay, everyone, sleep well, have a great evening, and yeah, keep well. We'll chat again soon. No problem. Bye. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your evening.